Welcome to update 20 of the miniature model of Paul's Mark 23 German submarine from World War II, the coastal version from Bronco. Anyway, I don't know why I said that because it's in the actual cover at the beginning. Anyway, so what I've done now is I've done all my sanding and I'll go over under the bottom as well, all done and smooth. Both pieces have been done obviously, and I've also done around all this bit as well. And so that's basically finished. And so, but I did found I should say find that this plate was slightly up, so I reheated my soldering iron, went back in and touched it a few places, and then put some fill around it at the either end where I found a slight raise. So basically once I've blended that in, it should be okay. So that's the last bit, that's only just been put on there, so I won't be touching that. So what we're going to be looking at now is in the instructions. Look up on the instructions, excuse me while. Right, here we go. So if I move that over there, you can still see it, but it's out of the way. So now what we're going to do is look at the instructions. As you can see, I was just remembering which one I was building, which is this one. That's why I put a tick on it, so I can go straight to it. The next part of the build is done all the doors, because in doors, as you can see, the doors are in place. And I did a mod, as you can see in the last video about that. Done all this, so we've done 3, and then this. Now we get to number 6. And if I turn over, if I bring it down a little bit, you'll see a bit better. If I pull that over just a little bit more, so I can be more into the centre. And here we go, let's go down. Right, so we've done all this. That bit I did, as I said, and I did put it in the last video, 7 and 8. I actually did those off camera. I forgot about to switch it on. But anyway, like I said, anyway, so it didn't matter. That's all it was, and it stuck it, and you can see now got yellow tape on both sides, so it can't fall in, and that's what that's for, and I mentioned that in the last video. Then it's after you do that and you glue excuse me, you glue the pieces together, which I've done, and sanded the joints. What you've got to do now is go down to this part, which is number 6. And number 6 actually basically says start putting these on. Well, I'm going to put the parts C16 in, which you can see. Oh, it's funny enough, I'll have to do a bit more moving it. I might move that onto completely that way so I can see the monitor. There you go, I can see the monitor now. So put that part on, definitely C16 both sides, because I've got that on the actual rear, similar parts on the rear end, rear hull piece. So that's done. I won't put the aquaplanes, as I call them, on either side yet, because they're getting away and they move. I might be gluing them in place actually in the end, because I think they're going to move too much. And I think I've done that to the last one. I'll have a look later. But anyway, so now we've got to do this. Now I'm going to do cutting these bits off, but they've got some PE parts that go on there as well. And if I take this off, there you go. If you look at the PE parts, all these parts H13 go all the way along the side, and I'm going to be bending those later on as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll bend one on camera later, and then after that I'll leave it and just do them all in one go. But I'm going to cut off these parts now, which is to C10. And I'm going to do 2 of them and show me cutting them off and cleaning them up, and then the others I'll do off the cuff, as it were. So let's get into here, get this one out. I can already see C10. And there it is. So we're going to be doing this. So I've got natural light. I don't know whether a little bit more light might help, I'm not sure. Yeah, lowest setting gives just a fraction of light there, so that's quite good. So what I'm going to do now is get my trusty nippers out and nip the pieces off. So I'm going to put my goggles on a bit, make sure I don't break anything. Come further away. There you go. So I'm going to make sure I'm in camera. That's the good thing about having this in this. So I'm going to snip these off like this. That's that one. Turn it round. Make sure it's in camera. I might get it out just a little bit. There you go. Snip this one off. And that's done. So they're all done, but now we've got to get rid of them on here. Snip on the end. Just got in there. Go to the other end, because then when I can do the middle bit just by holding it as one length. So make sure it's on camera. Yep. And it drops. Do we need anything else there? No, not at the moment, no. I'm thinking of using the plastic handles for the kit. I'll see if the P ones, because I like the fact the 3D effect was around, but we'll wait and see. Or we'll use some wire. Right, now I've got to get split these off. I can go back in now. There you go, because it doesn't matter so much now. And now I can snip them like this. Might be able to get that last one. Doesn't matter if it's, there you go. Coming from the other side and snip. In fact, we might get it for 3 in a row. There you go, can. So I should have done that. Go back in there, get that little bit off. Cleaned up perfectly, really. There you go. Gonna stand it anyway. Same again with this one. The other side. I prefer doing it this way because I like to see the top bit of the kit. Just snip that off like that. That's it. Clean that one up as well. Well, I'll leave that for sanding. So we've done both. So I'll come back in with my sanding stick. And I'm going to go downwards, but I'll try and hold them like this. So you can see. I must, it is easier that way. Just go steady, you don't want to break anything. That's that bit. That bit. Needs a bit more. Yeah, and then we've got to go around along the side. Bit more this end. It's done. We've got to the other side. You can either do that or this, both the same effect. In fact, some people do it both ways like that, which still does a good job. So if you move both, and that's one done. Now we're going to get this one done, and then I'll switch off and do the other two. This is the actual wooden decking, obviously. Well, I say obviously, but That was pretty good doing it that way anyway. So I might carry on this way. Right, so that's 2 done. I'm not going to be using that part. I'm using the part from the 3D set, so that'd be okay. And these stanchions are obviously for the handrail, the actual rope that goes along. So it doesn't show on that end. Still, we'll see what's going on later. Right, so that's that bit done. So right, I'm going to switch off and come back in a couple of seconds. For you, and a bit longer for me. I'm back, and as you can see now I've got 4. Now I can actually show you on the sub what it looks like we're on. Now I'm going to be using the PE parts to see if they work. They should do, because obviously that's part for it. But these go like this. If I take this off, I don't need that anymore. So if I stand up, I'll be able to see things. Goes there. Goes there. It drops into little slots, little flat bits you can see. Just, whoops, you can't see. What am I talking about? These little slots, as you can see there, it slots into place lovely. And there is no holes for those railings. We'll find out about that later. That's it, it's dropped into place. And where's the last one? Oh, there it is. This one goes here. Doesn't matter which way you put them around, they all fit perfectly. That's better. Yeah, so as you can see, that's what it is. There's a gap for that bit that we talked about. I could show the plastic bit, but there you go. So if I go back out, and move that like that, there you can see. So they're in place. They're not going to be in place yet because they're going to be painted a wood colour. But I know for a fact that they was dyed with a very dark blackish dye, well, wood preservative, and but everyone paints them into wood, because I've got to be honest, having wood on the deck, it looks really nice. I suppose you could say they've done it afterwards, but I would have thought it would have been preserved before they actually put it on the deck. Now what I've got now is I've got to do the photo etch bits, which are these pieces. So there you can see each one. So there is enough for to do the whole thing. Now the only thing, there's a very thin, so I'm presuming because they've got a bit of detail there on them, I'm presuming that's why you'd have them on the side. So as far as I'm concerned, I leave all these bits of timber bits on the side, because this is all timber, and these are the metal brackets that are holding in place. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be bending it over and then putting it on there. So I'm tempted to actually put these onto these and get them right, and then that way when it drops into place it should be okay. But I can test one with a little small dabs of make 6 up, do it for one and see if it works, and if it does, then I can actually do that with a much easier way of putting these onto these, then putting this onto place, because as I said, there's a positive place for each of them. Right then, so that's it for this little short segment, and I'll be back in a minute showing you doing some bending. Right, here we go then. So this is what we'll be doing, bending H13, and if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 8, 10, 11, 12. There's quite a few of them. Anyway, well, I'm going to cut them all off because I've counted. There is a couple of spares, or a spare on there, I think, when we find out. So here we go. So we're going to bend that, and I'm going to put this back up on my clipboard up here so I can see bits and pieces. So that's H13, and H13, I'll show you the other one, is these parts here. H13. Where are they? There, H13. all over there. It looks like 18 in some ways because of the way it blurs in, but that's age 13, so they're all up there, so that's good. So I'm going to put them up there, and I put a new blade on my scalpel, as you can see, nice new one, and I'm going to now be cutting them one off. So what we're going to do is take one or two, and it should come off quite nice. It is this way, so I'm going to cut this way. I might be able to come in a bit nearer, I don't know, so we ever see. Oh yeah, of course you can. I think the further a camera I put in the air, the better it is, so I'm going to do this. Might as well take two off, because they're in twos. There you go. Then I'm going to get my trusty Tamiya file. Whoops. Oh, look at that, it broke in half anyway, but I need it in two pieces anyway. So here we go. I'm gonna have to go back up a bit, I think. Just to give it a bit more definition, and file them pegs off. Turn it round and file the others off. Might as well do both, as they're in twos or pairs, depending on which way you want to look at it. I've got I think I've said it before, I've got another brand new one of these in a packet, because they do last a long time, but it's nice to have one spare just in case for some reason it stops working. But it hasn't. I've had to be using it for quite a few years now on photo etch. So if I do that, yeah, it's about the right. So I know basically there it is. That's the part. So you can see where the fold is. So bring the old trusty bender in there, and basically what we're going to do is I'm going to fold the biggest bit. So I'm going to bring it around slightly to an angle, and I'm going to use my knife now to line it all up. Whoops. Let's get this right. Oh, I haven't raised this, so don't matter as much. And we're going to get that in there like that. Sometimes I think one of these because they grip it. There you go, it's done. Now, get my trusty blade and bend it 45 degrees, and then use my old tweezers to get it out. And that's one done. So I'm going to do the other one on camera, and then we're move back in again. Just holds the whole thing straight while you do this. That's quite, and because it's like a grit, allows you to do that. Right, here we go, back in for another one. .45 degrees. There we go. Right, so now what I've got to do is carry on doing this till I've finished them all, so they're all ready to go. So, and I'll be putting into one of my trusty bottle tops. Blow that out. I'm going to put two in there now to start it off. 1, 2, and now I'm going to fill that up. So Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll be back in a few seconds to show they're all completed. Obviously longer minutes for me. See you soon. Well, I'm back now, and I've moved on a little bit more than I should have done. I was sorting out the little brackets, and I've still got some more to do. I've bent two there, and I've got some more to do, then they're finished. But what I've done is this is really a good likeness of what the decky looks like with the big plastic bits. Now the actual, what I found is the PE bits replace these end brackets completely, cut them off. So that's what I've done, and I wished I'd done it in the first place, but this is what you end up with without those bits. And what I'm going to do now is I haven't glued the wooden deck bit in, but I've actually put 6 brackets on in place. You don't do them at 45 degrees, because if you do, it won't work, but you do them slightly less than that. But anyway, I'll show you when I do one in a minute, when I do some. But here we go. So that is it. That's what it looks like. So not bad. It goes in there. It's not glued in, it's just pushed in tight. It goes in nice. I was really concerned about how that was going to work, and now I know how they work. Not too bad at all. Really good. So I'm going to go along rest around and put the rest of them on. Then I can take the deck bit, because it's in there quite snugly. I can take that out, paint it up, and then put it in afterwards. And that should be quite nice. And put a bit of glue in the middle section of a bit of wood. That will hold it. I won't even have to glue them to these brackets, which is a nice mark. So there you go. So that's quite good. So if I can go down a bit further, I'll put a light on. I'll get a bit more light on it, because it's a bit dark. Oh, look at that. Took some another way, that's why. I forgot to pull the blind open. Don't need the other light. So you can see what I mean. So if I go down a bit more, there you can see what I mean there. It's quite nice, and that's good. But you don't do the brackets at 45 degrees. You do them slightly leaning into the railing, and then that works lovely. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is push that back over here, out of the way. Bring my thing, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I put that over here out of the way and bring this in to shot, because you don't need that. There you go. So what we do, and I don't even use the actual thing there, because you don't have to do this. So what I'll do is put it on there. I'll come back down again. There you go. Now, good thing I don't need that. Right, there we go. So I'm going to turn this slightly like this. And what I do now is I push this using that little gap. Oh, right, I've got it the wrong way around. The small bit goes into there, and you don't even have to go right away in. Just put it down. It's good enough. And then, as long as the actual let's just move that slightly. That's it. And then we'll get my blues. And I don't go right 45 degrees. I go up like this. So now you can see that's a slight gap. And the good thing is that will move, because I've actually annealed them, I should say, using my trusty lighter, which does a great job. So that was good. I need them all, so they shouldn't snap either, because they've got a bit more pliable bit to them, pliability to them. There you go. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to carry on doing this, and I'll show you in a second me just gluing a couple on. So here we go. I'll turn this off now. Right, we're back, and I've done that. I've only got 6 more to bend, but I'll do that later. So what we're doing now is getting this part to go into place. So here it is. And what I'm going to do is turn it round to this way, so you can see it going on. And that's it. And it will go in like this, into that position. Always goes in there when you ain't got no glue on it. Right, anyway, I'm going to put a bit of glue on. And super glue, and I'm using this one, anti-clog. And I must admit, it seems to work. It doesn't clog up. Put a bit of this on there. That's it. Then come in. Now I've got to push it over to that bit. So come into here and push it in. You can see it leans in slightly. That's the first time I said, whoops, oh sorry. Not the camera. There you go. So that's one. So I'm going to do another one on camera. And I'm going to do the other side this time. I always find the other side seems to be a bit easier, I don't know why, but I bet this won't be there. There you go. And come into there like that. There you go. So that's 2 in. Now I can do another couple and then I'll switch it off. Come in. And put this one over here. Done. I might as well do all 6. Then you've seen me do one timber wet, as I will call it. Right, there we go. A bit more glue. I should show me putting the glue on, but it's pretty obvious what we're doing here. Here we go. So I hold that like that, and go into there, and squash it down there. Another one. What I'm doing now is this. Running a bit of super glue along here. And you see me do it now. Whoops, there you go, the one's wrong on the floor. And we come into this one. That's that one. The last one I'm going to do on lock camera. And I won't put the glue on in camera, I find it's easier down there out of the way. And this one goes in like so. Now I've made a moo it, that's it. That's it. Now, if I get one of the steps bits, you'll find it doesn't want to go into place. And the good thing is I can move it and manipulate it. So I can do this, slide it through. There we go. Oh, sorry, my hand's in the way in it, but anyway. And slide it through to there. Further through, it's got to go further forward. There you go. And that's it done. I'm going to clean the super glue up there with a bit of, I'll do it now actually. There it is. That's it. There you go. And then can't bubble be up, but I'm just going to wipe the excess off of this. That was the other one that really had it on. Excuse me. I'm doing it again and I'm getting my thing in the way. That's it. Put it off, bit of paint on there. Bit of acetone on that to clear that red up anyway. So now you can see I've got two in place, and the slide in, there's holes in place anyway, but I will put a bit of glue when I do it. So wasn't sure that was going to work, but as per the instructions, doesn't tell you what to do with the plastic kit, but that's the way to do it now. Cut those little lugs off. So which are, as I said, the ones you can see that stands out. You can, I mean, if I do this bit again, but actually put it there, you'll see what I mean. There you go. That's it. Right then, that's the end of this one. I think this update I can upload now, and that's what I'm going to do. So thank you very much for watching, and happy modelling. And this set is going really well. And here we go again. Catch you next time. This is update 20. I'll catch you at update 21.